No more sea, a prayer of St.G. All the ships arose from all the seas, from all the ages of history, until gunwale to gunwale the sea was covered by them. It is a resurrection of all the vessels, a baptism emerging to newness. And it is not true there will be ever no sea, though there was a sea of fire mingled before the throne, though the star wormwood fell from it. Out of the sea the beast arises. Declaring the destruction of spiritual Babylon, a great angel casts into the sea a mighty stone. Though John hears the voice of many waters, harpers harping on their harps. The solitary and estranging ocean which raged around the continents is said to pass away forever. This does not at all tell the geography of a future world. It is but the material embodiment of a great truth. The Jew was not a sailor. All the references of the prophets to the great ocean are such as a man would make who knew little about the sea, wondering only from the hilltops of Judea what might be lying away out yonder at the point where the sky and sea are joined together. The sea is a symbol of mystery, rebellious power, and perpetual unrest. To say there was no more sea is your promise of cessation of these things. There shall be no more mystery and terror, but that which most mysteriously is you. There shall be no more the floods lifting up their voice. There is only yours, then ours in praise of it. No more dashing impotent foam against the throne of God. Of the tossing and tumult of earthly changes there shall be no more, and no more the rest and disquiet of our sinful hearts. In the new heaven and the new earth, the old humanity will be left behind, and our love for you remain, deepened, glorified, made pure. All that is sorrowful and all that is rebellious, all that is mysterious and all that is unquiet, shall have passed away forever. This is why it is said, there is no more sea. Eternal Father, strong to save, your arm to bind the restless wave, to bid the mighty oceans deep its own appointed limits keep. The Spirit broods upon the chaos dark and rude. No more tumult, confusion, or peril of the sea. Against tempest, danger, and the black foe, hear us who say in prayer, deliver us from peril on the sea. If so the sea were gone, we were looking to assess our losses in your new dwelling place. Shall we never stand upon the shore and gaze to the meeting of the sky and sea? What we say of the sea is an image such as we have of you and yours, showing all your attributes and beauties. What else would tell us of your fierce majesty, or the eternal thrall which holds us all when we stand upon the shore? The murmuring music of the cosmic sea swallows us. Filled with broken voices and drowned crimes, the siren song warns us as the red buoy crying out in deep fog as we return to harbor. The sea carries all history upon its wandering shores, and a sharp smell of anciency engulfs us like a great wave. The sea, a cavity of dark oppression, the Lord, an infinite dome of light. And the sea which seems perpetual in its essence, but is not. What ancient messages are carried of war, of love, and of forbidden longing? There are violent deeps sworn against the surface world. These gather up men of all nations to bury in unfathomed lockers. A sea of the dead, a sigh of the sea, their eulogy. Night wrapped them, They were not carried to the blue shore of silence. The beginning motions of the world were in the seas, and you above them spoke order and life. All nations plied the charging waves unto the ends of the earth. Their treasures and defeats are held below. From the oceans come a roar of passions, these of yours, for no other way we hear them. The sea herself a wanderess, thus to teach the nations of turbulence, despairs, and endless hope. Sometimes zealous, sometimes dull in its doldrums, always whispering some blurred thing not quite understood. Only a friend, the moon, speaks to it, draws it to its ebb and flow. The sea is as a great shroud o'erhung us, for the sky is of the sea is of the sky, they are one. There is no private life of the sea, its messages run through straits which we give names, but all are a flow of oneness. There are the dire straits between Scylla and Charybdis, and the mortal Tierra del Fuego, the chill of the Bering Strait, the warmth of Hormuz, the bright welcome of Gibraltar to the far Americas. These all are gateways to a larger life, and so Magellan, Leif Erikson, and Christopher Columbus opened new worlds. But these are nothing such as ours. Death is our portal to a greater and an endless world. Seafaring ceases. The sluggish swells were in a long, slow dance of dissolution. Wild streaks of wind and capsized waves of the sucking sea, now tranquil. There is only the wind of your spirit, and waves of goodness. Pity the sea, a God which knows no limits, bottomless, the source and heir of all the world. But that is the former world. How like the Lord is the sea, and if we lose it, it must be that all of it and more come back in extreme measure. On the other side of the sea was the world to come. This is where we shall go. Amen.